Everyone. We have a couple more people who are coming in right now, so let's give just another moment. Feel free to turn on your cameras. I see Shinji. Hey, Shinji. Good to see you. Destiny, Carrie, Olivia. We also have Anne here. Awesome. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Looks like everyone is logged on. Like I said, feel free to turn on your cameras. Feel free to unmute yourself at any time. This is not a lecture, so feel free to jump in and ask questions at any time during this. So welcome. My name is Amanda Garcia, and I am the program director for media and design. We also have Dr. Tamar Gregorian, who is not on today, but she's also professor of practice for our PR and media degrees. And we also have Rebecca Carr live. You want to say hi, Rebecca? She is one of our professors, full-time professors of practice in our design and interactive design. So a little bit about SOPA. We get a lot of questions about our school. So within Tulane, there are many schools. There's the medical school, the law school, there's the undergraduate college, and then our school of professional advancement, in which we house most of our applied learning degrees. We cater to adult learners as well as traditional learners right out of high school, but we also cater to working adults and working professionals. We also have a depth of online learning. So we started developing online coursework many years ago, before pre-COVID, obviously. And we have a huge team of instructional designers. So if you are interested, I know a few of you may not be from the New Orleans area. So if you are planning on taking exclusively online classes, you can do that. And for peace of mind, those courses are not just designed by faculty, they're actually designed by instructional designers working with our faculty to make sure the courses are very robust. We have one more person joining us here. So we do have that depth in online learning. Hey, Louise. We also have award-winning faculty and programs. So I noticed that many of you on your registration are interested in our graphic design and interactive design post-bacs and bachelors. And since the program launched in 2018, fall of 18, we have swept the Addy Awards, if you're familiar with the American Advertising Federation and the Addies, every single year since we started entering. We win 30 to 40 regional Addies a year, as well as district and national. So we're very excited about those awards for our students, and we pay for those entries for our students to make sure that everyone is able to enter who has the level of work to enter. We want to make sure that everyone has that opportunity, because it's, of course, as you can imagine, it is great for your resume building and to get your name out there. We have many students that are hired either as interns or full-time after graduation, because professionals have seen their work in the Addy. So it's super important to us. We also have award-winning faculty. So something that we'll get into later, but that's very important, and because of our model here being a professional school, is that we hire a largely professional population of faculty. So for example, if you're taking a course in letterpress, like let's say letterpress is something you're interested in, we have someone teaching the letterpress class who owns a local letterpress, and that's all she does, right? If you're taking a course in UX design or app design, you're learning from, we have hired faculty who do that full-time for a living, and that's who you're learning from. So you're not learning only from educators who've been in higher education for 20 or 30 years and who could be out of touch. You're actually learning from people who practice this every single day. We also have amazing student support. Brittany Yandel is on the call today. Hey, Brittany. So Brittany is a senior academic advisor. We're super lucky to have Brittany. She's the best on our team, and she's amazing with keeping you on track, making sure you know exactly what you need at any time. Also, our faculty, including myself as the director, are very hands-on. I give all students my cell number. We're available all the time for any support that you may need. We also provide like technology loans, like through SOPA. So you don't have to go through financial aid. This is completely separate. So we support you guys through technology if that's necessary. We also provide licenses to Adobe and LinkedIn Learning, all those things with your tuition. So we try to support our students as much as possible to set you up for success. And that's a little different than a lot of schools you may be talking to. We provide all of those things as part of your tuition. It's not an additional charge. Speaking of tuition, we also have affordability and flexibility. So when people hear Tulane, sometimes it can be kind of scary. There is a perception that Tulane is very costly, right? Which I understand that perception. But because we are a professional school, each school has its own pricing structure. Ours is about a quarter of what you would expect. And we'll get into costs at the very end, but it's about a quarter of the cost of the traditional undergraduate college, because we offer professional degrees and we know that we have working professionals that are coming into our degrees. We want to make sure it's affordable for you guys. And flexibility. So flexibility, once again, is very important. So whether you are coming to us straight out of high school, or whether you're a marketing director looking to learn more about graphic design, or somebody in the interactive field looking to polish your UX UI skills, we want to make sure that you can still work full-time and or have a work-life balance and attend our classes. So we offer courses, like I said, every course is available with an online option. We do also have, of course, preferred method would be in person, just because of that one-to-one interaction with faculty and other students. But we also offer courses after 6 p.m. on the weekends, online, etc. So we try to be as flexible as possible with scheduling of courses to make it attainable. And of course, your alumni and overall Tulane and Tulane SOPA network, super critical. We bring in alumni constantly to do demos of what they're doing in the real world. We also like to bring in people within our professional networks in town and beyond to kind of talk to you about, how to plug in, et cetera. So just a little bit about media and design. This may be new to you. Prior to this, we had a digital design department, and then we had a media PR department. We've recently, as of like a month ago, combined forces. And so now we're in one department called media and design, which is awesome. And it's going to offer everybody more support, better resources, more diverse set of faculty. And so within media and design, you have everything from advertising, public relations, digital marketing, graphic design, and interactive UX UI. So within media and design, I'm just going to drill down into these. We have professional certificates. So this could be something that, once again, I know many of you are interested in graphic design and interactive, so I'm going to go through this quickly. But if you're, let's say, getting a graphic design postbac and you would like to also get an advertising certificate, you can plug that in as well. We have a lot of students that come for one thing and they just want to keep taking classes, which I get it, I would too, because we just keep adding newer and more exciting coursework. So if you are interested in digital marketing, retargeting, et cetera, or advertising, once again, we do have these professional certificates you can tack onto your postbac. Within our postbac, we have a graphic design and an interactive UX UI. So these are each 10 courses. Once again, it's a postbac, so you must have a bachelor's going into this. It's 30 hours. So it's 10 courses, no matter how you slice it, right? So if you're coming to us with no backgrounds, I get questions like, I have no experience in graphic design. I've been an educator for 20 years or 10 years, and I'm changing careers, right? What do I need to know? Well, depending on where you are, that's where we will start you in the course process. If you're coming to us and you've got a great handle on color space, pixel depth, a little bit of software knowledge, we might skip the intro class for you and put you right in some other courses. So you have to complete 10 DDSN, digital design courses, to complete the postbac. If you wanted to do mostly graphic design, but 1 or 2 interactive UX UI, we can do that as well. If you want to have primarily interactive UX UI, but 1 or 2 maybe graphic design courses to dip your toe into that, we can customize that as well. So you will meet with myself, Professor Carr, or Brittany Yandel, your academic advisor, and we're going to ask you, what are your career goals after graduation? Where do you see yourself, right? Like, why are you coming for this postbac? And then we'll help you craft those 10 courses specifically to meet your career goal needs. Any questions about that before I move forward? I know that's a lot of info, but just to confirm, you can also take additional courses that just won't count toward the 10 that you need for the postbac. You can take additional courses in these other content areas as well. Okay. So I'm going to skip that slide because it's about PR and you guys are not here for PR. So this is just a little overview of what our post-bac and bachelor's and professional students kind of experience. Some of these images in the far corners on the left and right, these are agency tours. So this is something we used to do pre-COVID in person. We are going to be resuming these in the fall, and we will have an online component for this as well, where we go through different agencies locally. We may do something now where we have some agencies zooming in and giving presentations about what they do, how to, connect with them or get jobs with them, what they're looking for. This image in the upper right is from Addie's a year and a half ago. These are students and faculty here. That we also swept the Addies that one year as well, a lot of fun. And then this in the center here is you may have seen this in some of our promo videos. This is a mural that Kathy Hume created for us, one of our students. This is Kathy over here and here, and she created this mural, and it's done, and then students have been coloring it in and being silly with it in one of our production labs. Okay, so if you're looking to sort of understand what you can do with these degrees, let me tell you, for careers in design, if you're looking for, if you're going to be a graphic designer, you could go into branding, right? So this would be like logo design, collateral design, wayfinding systems for a specific brand. You could do publication design. So if you're interested in layout for like long format layout for magazines, brochures, decks for various presentations. We have specific courses within packaging, as well as packaging projects kind of interwoven in other classes if you're interested in packaging. We also have 2 levels of typography. So if you're really into type, we also have the opportunity to do hand lettering, creating your own typeface, letterpress, etc. We also have courses in copywriting, which is super important, which are now actually required for our undergraduate students. But we have fabulous 2 courses in copywriting that students love. Also art direction, creative direction, etc. And then if you're interested in the I guess it's all on one side. If you're interested in the interactive track, you're going to be looking at mostly front end design. We do have some courses on back end programming languages, but we will mostly be featuring and focusing on, I should say, the front end design of apps, websites, etc. So color, type, imagery for web. You'll be doing a lot of prototyping for apps. You'll be using things like Sketch, XD, Apple Motion, After Effects, Premiere Pro. So if you're going into the UX UI track, we have 2 motion classes, 2 digital narrative classes. Those are the Premiere classes. The motion classes are going to be using After Effects and Apple Motion. You'll be looking at how to animate for short format, long format, as well as putting those little animations into transitions, loading screens, etc. for app prototyping. Any questions about that? What you might be doing in some of those classes? No? Okay. We also are aligned with 3 professional organizations, the AIGA, American Institute of Graphic Artists. So we highly recommend, if you're going into a design field, to be a member of the AIGA. And we have a student chapter. We also have a new student chapter of the American Advertising Federation, the AAF. And so once again, these are connecting you with national speakers, the Addies, et cetera, and then the PRSSA, Public Relations Student Society of America, as well. And that's for more of our media students. And then in terms of resources, like I said before, we provide free Adobe licenses for any student enrolled in our post-bacs, certificates, or bachelor's programs. So you would have a free Creative Cloud while you're enrolled. As a student, you had to be enrolled in at least 1 class to get that free license each semester, as well as LinkedIn Learning. If you're familiar with LinkedIn Learning, it used to be called lynda.com, if that rings a bell. But LinkedIn Learning is free for all of our students as well. It's included, like I said, in your tuition, and it has a fabulous library of tutorial videos, etc. Also, we're using Google Analytics, Mudrack, and HubSpot. Okay, and just a little bit about applying. So it's at sopa.tulane.edu. it's $40, but we're going to waive that fee because you attended the webinar. So if you're interested in applying, once again, you will not have to pay that $40. You will need, excuse me, a clear image of a government issued valid ID. So like your up-to-date driver's license, passport, military ID. And then of course we need transcripts from your most recent granting institution. So if you're coming to us from high school, we need your high school transcripts. If you're coming to us from the workforce and you've already completed an undergraduate or graduate degree, we just need that, either your master's or your bachelor's transcripts, and those have to be official. So they have to come to us from that institution. But in the meantime, we can take an unofficial copy, right? So if you can go to that granting institution and download an unofficial transcript and send that to us, and it shows you how to do that in the sopa.tulane.edu apply button. It tells you what to do. We can get you admitted. You just can't register until we have the final official transcripts. Brittany, did I get that right? Okay. Cool.
Yep, that's correct.
Awesome. Okay, thanks. And then tuition. So once again, we get a ton of questions on tuition. It's not as scary as everybody thinks. Like I said, it's about a quarter of what it costs to attend UCOM Tulane, like the undergraduate school. So for summer, we're at $524 per credit. And then it goes up slightly for fall. Our rates are increasing slightly to $576 per credit. So each course is 3 credit hours. So you can kind of do the math there. And that's how much each class will cost you. We do have financial aid, obviously, if that's something you're interested in. We have someone here who can answer those questions for you. We can also direct you to the financial aid office, to the right person. So I know I took out financial aid my entire time while I was doing undergraduate and graduate studies. So if it's something you're interested in, please let us know and we can connect you with the right person. And then other types of aid to consider would be like private loans, obviously federal grants and loans. We are part of the Yellow Ribbon program. We do also offer a 20% discount for active duty military, I cannot talk, K through 12 instructional staff and New Orleans area public employees. And if you're interested in getting a second bachelor's, so let me just explain that for 10 seconds. Many people come to us and they have like master's degrees or bachelor's degrees and they're coming back for a post-bac, et cetera. And they realize they want more courses. Remember, the post-bac's only 10 classes, right? And we have like 30 in our inventory of courses and they're like, I want to take all of these. So sometimes what we recommend is getting a second bachelor's, which seems like a lot, but hear me out. You can get up to 60 credits. So a bachelor's is 120 credits. You can get up to 60 credits already taken care of automatically based on your previous undergraduate experience. If everything is accredited and all of that, you know, and everything aligns, you can get up to 60 credits and you just have to do 60 credits here. So that allows you to take many more of our courses. So just kind of think about that. If you're, you know, if you want to start in the post-bac, and Brittany can talk about this too, but like we have some students that start in the post-bac and decide, you know what, I think I actually want to do another bachelor's, because you just get more coursework. So if that's something that interests you, let us know. We also have some students that start and finish one post-bac and then are like, you know, I think I also want to do the interactive, and then they'll start the interactive too. So people have a hard time leaving because they just want to keep taking classes, which is a great testament to our faculty, you know, and the coursework. But it's just want to lay those options out for you. And then in terms of application deadlines, summer is quickly approaching. May 1st is the application deadline to start summer courses. Fall is August 1st and spring is January 1st. So just kind of depending on what you're looking at. We do have some early enrollment dates here in which you can get a $200 scholarship automatically applied to your account. So if you take the initiative, apply early, get accepted and register by June 1, let's say for fall, you would get that $200 just like taken off of your account, which is pretty awesome. So if you have questions about that or concerns or how to make sure you get that, let us know too, and we can help you navigate that process. And that is all we had prepared. Does anybody have any questions that I can go back over or answer or clarify? Anybody want to talk to me about like what you want to do in particular? And I can speak about that a little bit. Feel free to take yourself off mute.
So Dr. Garcia.
Yes.
Hi. So where can I find that? You mentioned some the prerequisite course, or that you said like a little courses, like 10 little courses, even before you take an actual program courses, where can I find those classes? Or you have to be like I'd get admissions first.
So yeah, I can send you a link to the website that will show you all the different courses that that you can look at. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking at the summer class. If I
Okay.
I don't want, I want to start as soon as possible.
Okay.
So,
What track are you
either
looking at? Graphic design or interactive?
graphic design.
Okay. And are you familiar
And
with
then
stuff?
I'm one of those that totally coming from unrelated background.
Okay.
So I think it's beneficial for me to take those courses first. So if you can send me a link or whatever,
Yep.
I will do that.
Yep. Let me write your info down right now. And do you want to put your, oh, we have your email. We have your email. So yeah, I will send you that list of courses that you want to get started with in the summer. Yep, absolutely.
Sure.
And then also what it would look like for you in the fall, etc. Yeah, I'll get an
Okay.
email drafted over to you. Yeah.
Also, is there any like minimum amount of classes that you have to have? Because I'm working full time.
Yeah.
You know, I have kind of planned maybe how many classes I can take per semester.
Right.
Can you kind of get into that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. There's no minimum as a post-bac. You can just take one a semester. We have some students that start out just like taking one, making sure that they can handle that work-life balance, work-school life balance. And then we have some students that take two, right? 2 or 3. I mean, it just depends. I would say if you're coming from a completely unrelated background, starting with 1 at a time, or maybe no more than 2 at a time, to make sure you're really comfortable. Like once you get super comfortable with the terminology and the software, then you can start to take more. But I would say starting with 1, maybe 2 at the beginning would probably be a good idea. But yeah, there's no minimum other than 1 that you would need to take to continue to stay enrolled. And if you did 1 a semester and then you need to take a semester off, we could just re-enroll you whenever you're ready again. So no pressure there as a post-bac student.
Okay, thank you.
Of course, yeah. Carrie, Olivia, Destiny, any questions on your end? Feel free to unmute yourselves if you have any questions.
I actually do have a question. This is Carrie.
Hey, Carrie.
So I've actually just completed a graduate degree at Tulane. And the graphic design bit is something that I've always sort of danced around in other parts of my career. I am a non-traditional student, a bit older and been in the workforce for a long time. But I really want to kind of get some focused instruction and not just kind of figure it out on my own. One of the things that's an issue for me is health insurance. So I've had health insurance through the school, and it seems like from what I've seen online that with at least 1 class through SOPA, that that you are eligible to continue buying insurance through T-SHIP. Is that your understanding? Is that the case for health insurance coverage?
I believe so. I believe that is the case. I would really recommend we can probably double check as well, but you might want to double check with HR or accounts receivable. But yes, I'm pretty sure as long as you're in 3 credits, you can still participate in T-SHIP.
Okay.
As long as you're in 1 course full enrolled, you should be able to.
Okay, wonderful.
And Carrie, I'll initiate an email between you and someone on our team to facilitate that conversation when we get off. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and so graphic design, so the post-bac in graphic design is what you're thinking of? Okay. That's great. Yeah, it's funny. We're recording this new podcast called Trust the Process. And it's funny because everyone that I've interviewed so far for the podcast says the same thing. Like, I've been dancing around graphic design or whatever, you fill in the blank creative field, for the last 10 or 15 years. And finally, I just said, I need to do it. It's funny how those little things kind of call you to them, and I think it's great that you're taking that step because I think it'll fulfill that creative part of you. That's cool.
I think so. It'll be nice to, I can get things to a certain point right now, and then I have to ask for somebody else to carry it forward. So it'll be nice to be able to just sort of own the whole process. So.
Yeah. And what's your master's in?
Architectural preservation, actually, through the school.
Oh, nice. So your undergrad's in architecture?
I have actually interior design background. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. My undergrad is in environmental design architecture from A&M, and then I did my master's in graphic design. So yeah.
Excellent. All right.
And my
thank you.
husband's an architect. Yeah. So
We'll just keep going to school, right?
yeah, I mean, it never ends. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Destiny, Olivia, any questions or comments? Anything we can help you answer?
Yeah, it's Destiny.
Hey,
Thank
Destiny.
you for sharing so much information. That was very
Oh, of course.
valuable. I just wanted to ask if there was like any way that you could maybe share that presentation with me, just so I can have the information with me as I'm going through and trying to make a decision of which route I wanted to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Let me make a little note on my sticky here that I will send it to Destiny. I'll send you a
Thank you.
PDF. It's kind of
Okay,
a big
thank you.
file, but I'll send you a PDF. So tell me where, are you thinking like in terms of which path to take within this, or are you looking at other schools, or is there anything we can help you try to decide there?
I'm trying to decide between graphic design and sports studies because I'm coming to Tulane to be a graduate assistant. So
Nice. Very cool. Well, okay, those are different.
yeah. So I worked with social media for Clemson in undergrad.
Oh, nice.
So I was able to design and do a couple graphics, but never really got the experience that I wanted. So
yeah, I should connect you with Kia. Kia has a tie. One of our students who's finishing up a postbac right now, she has a tie to Clemson. I'm trying to remember what it was. She was on the podcast. We just had this talk. Do you mind if I loop you guys into an email together?
that would be perfect.
Okay. And you can also ask her like any other questions you might have.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, Olivia, you have to talk now. Everybody else spoke. Now you have to. Olivia, are you there? Okay, we're not going to make you talk. It's okay. Okay, great. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. Any final questions or anything like that? I'm going to put in the chat. I'm going to put my email. It's super easy. It's just amandagarcia@tulane.edu. And I'll also, like I said, I'll include my cell phone in case you have any questions that come up as you're kind of going through the application, or Destiny, like as you're kind of reviewing any of these materials. And like I said, media and design is about a month old, so you're not going to really see it on our website anywhere. So don't get discouraged if you're like, where the heck is media and design? It's brand new. We're combining all these programs under one header. So the site that you want to continue going to is digitaldesign.tulane.edu for now. I didn't spell Tulane right. Okay. And then eventually it's all going to go under one header. So yeah, so don't be discouraged if you don't see media and design. It's not out there quite yet. Great. All right, guys, we all have a good, oh wait, Olivia's back. She may have had a question. Hey, Olivia, welcome back.
Hi, sorry, my microphone was actually not working. I was actually just,
okay.
I guess, speaking to my cat.
Oh no, sorry.
But I graduated from TCU and I majored in strategic communications, and I was just interested in continuing my education. So that's why one of my friends had actually suggested that I hop on this info call, and I appreciate all the information. It's been extremely helpful.
Awesome. Oh, I love TCU. I grew up in Texas. So I went to A&M for undergrad and College Station. So my heart is from Texas. So I love TCU. I have a lot of friends who graduated from TCU I thought it was ComDes, but it's probably StratCom now. So.
Very cool. Yeah, I think they switched it to StratCom not too long ago, but I just moved from Texas to New Orleans, back to New Orleans about 2 months ago. So I'm happy to be back.
That's awesome. Are you from here originally?
Yes, grew up in New Orleans.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, good. Well, we're happy to have you back. But yeah, Texas sure is a special place. That's for sure.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Different. Absolutely. Yeah. Let us know if you have any questions about which path, if you want to take a path, or if you ever want to like us to connect you with a student so you can learn more or anything like that. Just let me know.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. All right, guys. You'll have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.